Hi guys, so I'm doing another continuation of me parting with papers, but I have a new trick. And this trick is, so I'm going to take pictures of everything in the folders, whether I want to keep it or not, and then I'm going to upload it to my Google Drive, and then I will try to throw away what's the whole folder. It's not easy. A lot of it's from high school, and I have no clue if I'll use it again. So if it's like high school related, I'll just trash it. But with college, it's a little tough because like there's a lot of notes I need. I don't want to forget techniques, but I also think it is important to put those techniques on the computer. So after I'm done with one folder, I'm going to put it on Google Drive and then label it. So in a way, it's kind of like a library of information. So I'm going to get one folder and start this idea. So I just found a folder. It's a blue folder, and funny, I opened it and it was about kindergarten, so I thought, oh, this will be easy. I thought it was like notes or stuff. Actually, it was one of the evaluations I'd have when I was younger. And I gotta tell you, when teachers are hard on you, they are hard on you. My goodness, this lady, whoever was reviewing me, she went to town. Reading it, it's just kind of sad because I'm just like, I was held back in kindergarten because I learned differently, and reading the teacher's thoughts actually is kind of sad. I just said how teachers can be like that critical about things, but I guess in some ways they're trying to help. I don't know. One thing she was like saying, which didn't make any sense, was like how I'm immature physically, and I'm just thinking like I was the shortest in class. Like that's kind of weird. I understand like when teachers like people who are born with ADHD and Asperger's, one of the things that can happen is you mature slower than others. That can be tough, especially when you're an adult too, or like in your 20s, depending. Because like if your maturity level is not at the place it should be, it can be kind of confusing for people around you, or just in general. Or for there's like a lot of people probably who are going around undiagnosed, but immaturity is a big thing. So there's that. And she also like I had immature speech. Maybe I just wasn't like at the right level. But it's kindergarten, like okay, I don't know, kind of weird. Okay, so I have some folders. I'm gonna go through the little ones first. I'm gonna go through my elementary stuff first. Take photos, put to my Google Drive, and then we go from there. I don't know how else we're gonna do this. And my phone's at 1%, so I'm gonna get my charger. First, starting with, I have this really cool thing of vocabulary words. So these are my notes for. I wasn't sure to rip them up for linear combination, like equations. I think it's interesting, like seeing how I was like faster at math when I was younger. And then by younger, I just mean like till like when I got to senior and junior at high school. Math was always like a tough thing with me. The only way I really remember things growing up was it was like I had to do a lot of memorization. So when you do memorization, you don't really like.
It doesn't always stick, or it doesn't always make sense. You can memorize something, but it doesn't mean you're going to understand it or comprehend it. That takes time, and this goes out to like a lot of kids who have ADHD and have Asperger's and struggle with learning that the comprehension takes time and understanding. I think the schools are really tough on, like, they pressure you and they stress you out. Yeah, I remember the MCAS was always stressful. I hated the MCAS. I still do. I hate it so much. I remember seeing kids cry, stress out. It was like the one time of the year I really hated because I was so worried I wouldn't do well, and it stressed me out, and it's like a timed test. Timed test stress me out. One of the things as an adult I have an accommodation is I get extra time on tests and exams. That really, really helps. I think because, like, when you're in college, if you do not have accommodations, which is a legal thing, you're legally allowed to have accommodations. And if you don't, I would definitely check. I know some community colleges that are actually pretty shady. No offense to all community colleges, but I know one in particular, and they do not offer accommodations and they don't offer help. And that was a school my whole family wanted me to go to because it was cheaper. But I didn't because I was stubborn and it didn't have what I wanted to learn. And it wasn't my dream school. I went with my dream school. I had like 3 options. No, it was like merely 2 options. The third one was like if I was to go to community college, but and then there was the local college I knew everyone would go to, and I didn't want to deal with drama or like people from high school. It's just really annoying. And they didn't ask anything of my portfolio. They didn't. They had what I wanted, but they weren't as art based. So the school I went to was more art based. And they didn't even require math, which is awesome. They didn't even care about my math scores. And math art, you can choose between having math or science. I don't want science because I'm better at science than I am at math. Kind of funny. And the science class is actually really good. It's an eye opener. You really learn a lot, so I recommend that. I guess this like little video I'm doing right now is the sort of like talking video about learning disabilities. I don't know. I feel like if anyone ever wants a Q&A, I can do that. I mean, literally what I'm doing is going through minimalism, which as a child with ADHD, when I was younger, when I was a child, whatever, same thing. ADHD and Asperger's, I couldn't part with things. And I knew if you touched anything in the room, I knew you touched it. I knew it was moved. And I would yell and I would throw tantrums. I have another video on that. But that's like kids, not all, many, do not like change. Many kids born like me do not like change. And they're not organized. I haven't been organized at all my life, really. I think school-wise, I wasn't as organized until I got to high school, where my homeroom teacher, high school teacher, she got me organized with like binders and folders and all that. Every day I had to like organize. And then I also had this like situation where I kind of like collected water bottles on my desk. I had like a little army of water bottles. I don't remember why. I have no clue why. They just end up there. That were mine. I just don't remember how. And then and when I got to college, it was just I was interesting. It began with organization, and in the middle of the semester got kind of crazy, and the ending got kind of crazy. And so freshman year was no. Sophomore year and junior year, I tried to get better with organization. I think after junior year, whatever year that was, because I wasn't a sophomore, I wasn't a junior, and I wasn't a senior, I was just existing. That one I got better at organization. The year after I got much better, and then last year I got really better. And this year I'm doing the best. But I'm saying it takes time, and I'm 24, and I'm barely organized. So I'm just ripping up notes. It's not really easy to do these kind of things, but yeah, I just know I have way too many folders. I got rid of binders, and I donated them, and the ones that are broken I threw away. But it's not easy, because like I was even thinking like, I know this is really stupid, but sometimes I thought like if I refresh my mind, maybe I really learned about minimalism when I was traveling through Ireland. I had to carry my luggages and all I packed. And I packed for like every outfit occasion, and to me it's like the world's like a runway, so I also wanted to dress nice. And I brought like some art stuff and some camera stuff. So yeah, that's I packed too much, and then I just was sore lugging it around, and that really it really hit you after a while, because like we went from like multiple towns, buses and stuff, and I was tired, so I'd be like falling asleep on the bus. I was like that tired, so I really learned. It really hit me. Like I was learning about minimalism. I started learning about minimalism junior year of college, first time around. So that's when that's what was my last year. I stayed in Boston. I started learning that then, and I continued with it, and I got much. So I tried to let go of clothing. Like I have this whole video I made. And yeah, from there it like got better and better over time. Now here I am doing like the hardest part, which is letting go of my papers. I think I just took a picture of this. Oh, there's a back sheet. Oh, it's a lot of work. Any kids are watching this when they're in middle school or high school, pat yourself on the back just for going to school. Someday, if there's any filmmakers out there, if there's any filmmakers in high school and middle school, think about it. Anyone who bullies you, one day you might make a film about it. And they better watch out, because if they realize it's if they're old and they realize like, oh, maybe I should treat you better. It's like, yeah, maybe you should have. I'm rambling.